Manchester United have been linked to Barcelona left-back Balde. We know that Rashford is set to go to Barcelona, and Man United might be asking for a player to come the other way. However, Fabrizio Romano was asked about this and Manchester United's left-back plans, and he's sort of shown a bit of a twist in maybe Man United's transfer plans, which made us think surely we're going to bring in a left-back this summer. Or are we? Romano talks more about left wing. Now, talking of left wing, we've been linked to the likes of Yan Diamonde, Anthony Gordon, Iliman and Jai. They're probably the three wingers we've been linked to the most. But now there's reports coming out that Manchester United might be making a surprise move for Kvaratskhelia. We're going to talk about the PSG winger and could that happen? We're going to talk about that. What else Fabrizio Romano has had to say is he's named 5 areas United are looking to improve in the transfer window. He offers a big transfer update on Manchester United, but as well as transfer news, we've got updates coming in regards to the youth. Shay Lacy's back from injury. Could he get some minutes? He looked very bright off the bench under Darren Fletcher, and I feel like, could use a bit more from the wings in the last 2 games, a bit more intensity, and Shay Lacy could bring that. And obviously, JJ Gabriel, he cannot make his debut this season because he's too young, but JJ Gabriel is an absolute monster of a player. I mean, the goal he scored yesterday was unbelievable. We'll talk about that kid. We've got something special on our hands. But yes, hello, and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to your 10-minute Manchester United news, transfer news, and update roundup show. Well, I'm going to round up all the latest Manchester United news into 10 minutes for you guys. And I can't lie, I think the news will probably just generally be dead in March. I think when we get into April, we start knowing more about summer plans, manager plans. I think the news will just get more interesting in April. Also, the fact that we barely have any games at the moment until sort of after the international break, then we will have a run of games. I think it will get a bit more interesting. But I do think, we've got a few interesting news stories today to get into. So, reports close to Barcelona say Manchester United want to sign Alejandro Balde this summer and are ready to offer 34.6 million or direct swap with Rashford for Barcelona. I would take Balde. I think Balde is a good left back. I know Barcelona get criticism for how they defend and stuff, but I think Balde is a good left back. I think he's good at getting forward. I think he's one of the best left backs in football, and I would take him. There's a few left backs out there I would take. I want someone that's expansive, full of energy, can get up the pitch. I think Nathaniel Brown and Mendes are obviously the obvious names, but Balde is obviously, of course, going to be up there. But look, I don't think Barcelona are going to want to do that. I know that they like Marcus Rashford. I know that they want Marcus Rashford, but I don't think they'd be willing to swap Balde for Marcus Rashford. They just want to mug us off and get Rashford for as cheap as possible. Now, obviously, Romano was asked about this because many sources have said, well, United want a fullback, United want a left back, Man United are looking at fullback, and, well, we definitely need a left back. We definitely need an expansive fullback. However, Romano doesn't think we're maybe looking that way. He said United were linked with Balde, but Barca have no intention of selling, which is no shock. Barca see Balde as a key part of their project, and United have already invested in a left back with Dorgu. Now, I agree we've already invested in a left back with Dorgu, but Dorgu's a left back / left winger. Luke Shaw needs to be moved on and is injury prone. I think we need to invest in, it doesn't necessarily have to be another left back, just another fullback. I like Maz, I like Delo as a squad option, I like Dorgu, but I think we need another attacking-minded fullback. Because Mazraoui and Delo could play on the left if need be, we could go and get a right back. We've been linked to the Borussia Dortmund right back, for example, someone older. But I think Manchester United need to sign one fullback this summer that is attacking minded, because I think other than Dorgu, all our fullbacks are defensive minded. They don't help out the attack. They can't cross. They can't do any of that. Now, I don't think it will be Balde. I don't think it will be anyone super expensive. Of course, we've got Diego Leon and Harry Amas in the academy as well. So you could argue maybe we don't need a left back. I think we need a left back more than a centre back. And Romano's saying we're going for a centre back instead and a winger instead. But it doesn't have to be a left back. I'm happy with a right back. I just want another attacking fullback because I think Dorgu's presence has been missed and he seems to be the only attacking fullback we have. I always thought we were going to sign a left back. A lot of reports said we were going to sign a left back. Romano is saying otherwise. Or does Romano just not know yet? Maybe we'll sign a left back, but Romano doesn't know for sure if we're going to target one until April. So as of now, he doesn't think we're targeting one, but we may target one. Who knows? Now, Romano said the reason we're not looking at left back is after midfield we prefer left wing and centre back. Now, left wing 100%. Centre back, I think if Maguire stays, it's not the end of the world, but because Leacher and De Ligt are injury prone and Maguire picks up injuries, we'll probably need another centre back. There's talk of us getting Senesi on a free, maybe someone on the cheap. Who knows? We'll talk about centre back in a minute. But I think left winger is really important. I think we need 2 midfielders, a left winger, then we get a third midfielder, then we get a left back, then we get a centre back. They should be the 6 signings, if I was to be honest. And it's now coming out saying that United could make a surprise move for Kvaratskhelia. I'm a huge fan of Kvaratskhelia. I like Njai, but he's a wing fielder, a winger that likes to come on the inside. And that's fine when you've got Dorgu playing left back. But Kvaratskhelia, again, he likes to come on the inside, but I think he's a little bit more of a natural winger. And I think Man United need a natural winger. If we can't, I think Kvaratskhelia is my number one and Njai is my number two. They're probably the two I like. I know that Kvaratskhelia's stats aren't great in Liga in this season, but he kind of reminds me of Ahmad, where the stats aren't amazing, but when you watch him on the eye, there's a good player there that's capable of doing good stuff. I don't think we'll get Kvaratskhelia. I don't think he'll leave PSG for us. I think if we get Champions League football, we have a chance. But there's rumours of Liverpool looking at him, Arsenal looking at him. I feel like he could choose Arsenal or Liverpool over us. But I really hope United do make a move for Kvaratskhelia. I think it's more likely to be Njai. Again, I'd be very happy with Njai. But I really do hope we make a move for Kvaratskhelia because I think he's a good player. And I think that would be a very positive surprise move to make. So let's go back into what Romano said was our priorities. Left winger. So Kvaratskhelia, Njai, Yan Diamonde, and Anthony Gordon have been linked. Matheus Mane has also been linked, but he's not a left winger. He's a second striker. But again, he's a very good young player. Midfielders that have been linked of obviously Anderson, who looks City-bound, Balde, who's dropped off in form and was Amarin's target, Wharton, who's a good player but more of an 8, so not really a Casemiro replacement and looks Madrid or Liverpool-bound. We've been linked to a few names recently, like Tonali, who would prefer Italy, which would be difficult to do. And apparently, according to reports 2 days ago, United are looking out in Spain at the Spanish market. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Ogome have been linked. The way I look at it is, give me Sandro Tonali, break the bank for Sandro Tonali, give me João as the Casemiro replacement, give me João Gomez as the Ugarte replacement, and give me Matheus Fernandes as the guy that can come in as an 8 and challenge Maino. You've got João Gomez and Tonali for the 6 role, Maino and Fernandes for the 8 role, and Bruno and Mount for the 10 role. Look, I would ideally sell Mount and bring in Morgan Gibbs-White, but we've got to be somewhat realistic. If we can get Matheus Fernandes, if we can get João Gomez and one of Tonali or Anderson, they would be the 3 midfielders that were perfect for me. Centre-back, there's talk of Senesi. Again, that hasn't popped up in a while. We'll get linked to a centre-back here and there. I can't imagine us spending more than 20 million on a centre-back. Maybe if Maguire goes, then maybe we do. But if Maguire stays, I think if we bring on a centre-back, it'll be an option on the cheap because you've got Aiden Heaven, Licha, Maguire, Euro, and De Ligt, which are 5 good options. It's just a lot of those players don't have the best fitness record. Luke Shaw's set to say he can also play centre-back. So it's not... I think a left-back or an attacking full-back is needed more than a centre-back. But then I guess when you look at how injury-prone our defence is, who knows? And Romano said it should be a busy summer. There's talk of those 5 positions. The thing that worries me is there's talk of Man United bringing in 2 midfielders. I think we're a midfielder short and we're not in Europe this season. I think we're a midfielder short. Ugarte is the only midfielder that comes off the bench. So if we're in Europe next season and we just bring in 2 midfielders to replace Casemiro and Ugarte, we're going to be a midfielder short all season. I think we need 3 midfielders. I know there's the likes of Zeko Kone. I know there's the likes of Jim Thwaites, and but I don't know if we can rely on them just yet. I think it'd be a lot of pressure to put on the kids. Talking of kids, Shay Lacy is back in Manchester United first team training after missing a month through injury. Obviously, he was really good when he came off the bench versus Burnley, almost got a screamer. And the Brighton game, I thought he was really good, but he got a red card. I think the ref was being a dick about it, but I get it's in the rule book. He shouldn't have done that with the ball. And then he's been injured. But I really liked how Lacy wanted to take people on, how impactful he was. I really want to see him again in the Man United shirt before the end of the season. I think he was such an exciting player to have on the pitch. And yeah, I really did like what we saw of Shay Lacy. So maybe he gets an opportunity soon. I think he's probably the second highest rated academy product we have. But the highest rated academy product we have, we probably won't see for a while. We could see him next season, but I think he'll probably break through in 2-3 seasons if we can keep him, because Ramsey and Barcelona want him. But it's JJ Gabriel. He literally just goes on a solo run and scores an insane goal from here. He scored an insane goal versus Derby the other week. Every single week the under-18s play, JJ Gabriel's goals on the timeline. Every single week he scored some insane goal. He's 15 playing with 18-year-olds with potential numbers of 27 goal contributions in 21 starts. He turned 15 in October. This is not normal. This might be the best thing Carrington has produced. I mean, in my lifetime, yes, I wasn't born in 1992 when that class happened, but this might be the best thing Carrington spawned. He's seen as the closest to Lamine Yamal out of academy players. Barcelona are sniffing. I think the good thing about Ruben Amorim leaving is there's more chance of keeping top academy players, and I hope we can keep on to him. But we might see him in pre-season. We might see him get a debut next year. it's going to be scary how good he can be. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. That was your 10-minute roundup. Bye.